Namaskar. Welcome to this edition of the News Bulletin. In the headlines today, life lessons shared by ED Works with newly inducted management trainees. Class 10 passed out students felicitated at Deepika Ispat Siksha Sadan of Rourkela Steel Plant. Rourkela Zone shines at the CISCE Regional Hockey Tournament hosted by Ispat English Medium School. Now the news in detail. Mr. S.R. Suryavanshi, Executive Director Works, had an insightful engagement session with the newly inducted management trainees technical at the Learning and Development Department of SAIL Rourkela Steel Plant on 12th July 2014. Drawing from his extensive career and personal experiences, Mr. Suryavanshi discussed various facets of professional and personal growth, imparting valuable lessons to the young professionals. During the session, Mr. Suryavanshi recounted his life journey, emphasizing the crucial role played by his spouse as his persistent support. He outlined the importance of dedication towards organizational goals while maintaining a healthy work-life balance, highlighting its significance for sustained career success and personal well-being. Addressing the gathering, Mr. Suryavanshi encouraged the management trainees to embrace challenges with passion and resilience. He shared anecdotes of transforming adversities into opportunities, fostering a positive work environment even in challenging circumstances. Stressing on the value of mobility in career growth, he advised the trainees to approach transfers positively and with enthusiasm, viewing them as opportunities for learning and growth. In his parting remarks, Mr. Suryavanshi offered invaluable suggestions to the management trainees, urging them to cultivate dedication, resilience and enthusiasm in their professional journey at RSP. His insights were aimed at preparing their young talents to navigate the dynamic industrial landscape effectively. It is noteworthy that 61 management trainees technical for mines and ceramics are currently undergoing their central induction at RSP. As a part of their 10 days central induction program, this experience sharing session was organized to make themselves familiar with the journey of a senior official of SAIL. After the completion of SAIL central induction at RSP, the MTs will be posted in different mines and plant units of SAIL. The interaction session was coordinated by Mr. K.K. Jaiswal, DGM HR L&D, under the guidance of Ms. Rajeshri Banerjee, CGM HR L&D. Certificates were distributed at Deepika Ispat Siksha Sadan, the Free School of Rourkela Steel Plant, to the students who have passed the Class 10 board examination this year. Mr. Seema Deb Bhomik, President Deepika Mahila Sangati, presided over the function and handed over the awards to the toppers of the school. It is worth mentioning here that Deepika Mahila Sangati, the philanthropic organization that manages the school, has introduced a special award scheme, and as a part of it, cash award of Rs 1,500 along with a certificate was given to Rohit, the school topper, with 81%, and Rs 1,000 and a certificate to Sasmita Sahu for coming second in the institution. Present on the occasion were Mrs. Harshala Suryavanshi and Mrs. Pravati Mishra, both Vice Presidents of DMS, Ms. Munmun Mitra, GM CSR, Mr. T.B. Topo, AGM CSR, Mrs. Nidhi Singhal, Secretary DMS, members of governing body and volunteers of DMS, Mr. S. Samal, Headmaster DISS, Ms. Niharika Bal, Assistant Headmistress DISS, parents, teachers and students. In her address, Mrs. Bhomik congratulated the students and teachers for their dedicated efforts, which led to the school achieving a 100% result in the HSC board examination conducted by BSE Odisha for the 9th consecutive year. She encouraged the toppers to continue their academic and professional pursuits without interruption and urged all students to uphold the reputation of the school and their families through their academic endeavors. The dignitaries handed over the mark sheets and school leaving certificates to the students. The students and parents were also counseled with regard to the future course of action, such as admission of the children in 10+2 in RSP run Ispat Vidya Mandir at Rourkela or Government ITI or KIIT Bhubaneswar. In sports, Rourkela Zone emerged as winners in the Under-14 and Under-19 category of the Council for the Indian School Certificate Examination CISCE Regional Hockey Tournament hosted by Ispat English Medium School Sector 20 at Biju Patnaik Hockey Stadium on 12th July. Mr. B.K. Jojo, GM in charge Town Engineering, was the chief guest of the inaugural session and declared the tournament open. Mr. A.K. Sabath, GM Education, was the guest of honor. Other distinguished guests include Father Joseph of St. Paul's School and Sister Jasilia of Carmel School, Jalda. Speaking on the occasion, Mr. Jojo encouraged the players to practice teamwork and discipline in their pursuit for excellence. Mr. Sabath encouraged the students to play the game in true sportsman spirit. There were 138 participants from 4 zones, namely Balasore, Jharsuguda, Rourkela and Bhubaneswar, which took part in the event. There were 3 teams in each of the under 14, under 17 and under 19 category in the tournament. Mr. Raju Saini, Mr. Sunil Tirki, Mr. Sanjeev Khalko, Mr. Barnath Lakra, Mr. Peter Tirki and Mr. J. Mahanta of RSP Sports Department conducted the tournament. Mr. T.G. Kanekar, GM in charge Town Services, was the chief guest at the closing ceremony and handed over the prizes and medals to the winner and runners-up team along with Mr. A.K. Sabath. In our under 14 category, Rourkela zone emerged victorious with Jharsuguda zone as runners-up. Bhubaneswar zone claimed the top spot in the under 17 category, while Rourkela zone finished as runners-up. Rourkela zone also triumphed in the under 19 category with Balasore zone as the runners-up. Dr. Sushrita Das, Principal, IEMS, delivered the welcome address in both inaugural and closing ceremonies. The opening ceremony was anchored by Manish Baraik, while Mrs. Pratima Sahu was the master of ceremony of the concluding ceremony. That's all in this edition of Rourkela News. Namaskar.